Brilliance Audio.
To Love and Be Loved by Amanda Prowse. Performed by the author. They sat in the place where they liked to meet at the end of the day, weather permitting, where the ocean was their television, the cliff top their playground, and the cawing gulls the only company they needed. As ever, it felt daring to be on the edge of the grass, with the waves smashing against the jagged rocks below, watching the last of the sun sink over the brow of the horizon, covering their world in a fiery glaze. "I love you, Merrin." He ran his fingers over the inside of her arm. It might have been the 1,000th time he had said it to her, yet still she loved to hear it. His words lit sparks within her, as well as offering much-needed reassurance. "I love you too." "I've been thinking." He paused and pulled away. "I don't know how to say it." "You can say anything to me, you know that." "Okay. He faltered. "I want us to get married." Merrin laughed, loudly and without restraint, throwing her thick, tawny hair back over her shoulder and giggling until she ran out of breath. "You are joking." "No, I'm not joking." Wriggling free of his grip, she sat up straight, only then noticing the hurt in his eyes. He stared at her with an intensity that was new and searing in its honesty. She realised in that moment that the vulnerability and exposure she felt at being asked must only be magnified if you were the one doing the asking. She ran her palm over the side of his face. To receive a proposal was the most incredible feeling, intoxicating, and an aphrodisiac like no other. Someone wanted to spend the rest of their life with her. And not just someone, but Digby Mortimer, a boy who had been no more than a passing acquaintance until all but 12 months ago. All doubt faded from her mind like early morning mist, eased by the sun's warming rays. Her life had barely begun, but the simple truth was that eligible men were a little thin on the ground in a small place like Port Charles. She had always thought she'd have to leave the village to find a partner, then drag him back to her beloved Cornwall. The thought of living anywhere other than her home was not something she was prepared to consider. Even if it did mean she ended up on the shelf, next to the old tea kettle, the family Bible, and an old black-and-white photograph of a miserable-looking Granny Ellen and Grandpa Arthur on their wedding day. "The truth is, Merrin," he sat up and reached for her hand, "I'm only happy when I'm with you. Happier than I've ever been. I can be myself for the first time ever. It's like I've shaken off a skin. I don't have to impress you like I do my friends, or pretend everything is hunky-dory when it isn't. I'm happier sitting here on a patch of grass with this view than at any other time in my life. Whenever we say goodbye, I count down the minutes until I can be next to you again. You make me happy, because you love me no matter what." "I do." She crossed her legs and sat forward with her elbows on her knees, her hands inside his. "I love you no matter what." "So let's do it. Why not? Let's get married." "Really?" "Yes, please don't make me say it again." He smiled. "One more time would be nice." She leant forward and kissed his sweet mouth, feeling a jolt of love deep in her gut for this beautiful man. "Merrin, will you marry me? Please." "Oh my God, yes! Yes, I will. I'd love to marry you, Digby.